Hey, it's Sarah here. Welcome back for another Moosen Adventures. So glad that you've joined us. Coming to you from Disneyland Park tonight. Tonight we're going to the Blue Bayou for a dinner reservation. I have not been there since I was in high school. Not going to do the math there, but it's been several years. And I'm so excited to give it a try again. We have reservations for 8:50 tonight, and you can check in 20 minutes beforehand, which means that we can check in at 8:30. The park closes tonight at 10 o'clock, so I'm willing to bet that we're done with the dinner reservations either after the park closes or pretty close to it. So I'm curious to know what the crowds are going to be like at the Blue Bayou at that time. I'm really hoping that it's empty, and I'm going to guess the ride itself is not going to be that busy. So I think that's going to make for a super extra awesome time. The other thing that we're going to do tonight is ride the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, because I'm pretty sure that there's some unspoken rules somewhere that you cannot go to the Blue Bayou without riding the Pirates of the Caribbean. Am I right? Yeah. If you've never been to the Blue Bayou before, or you just wanted to relive your favorite memories and relive that favorite food that you had there, then this video is for you. Pirates is one of those standby rides that usually at night it's not that long, and it's one of my absolute favorites and a go-to. Definitely a classic. If you've never been on Pirates of the Caribbean before, do not miss it next time you go. And if you have been on Pirates of the Caribbean before, let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the ride is. So my kids just reminded me that Pirates of the Caribbean has a quote unquote temporary Genie Plus line right now. They say temporary. I'm hoping that once Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens and once the renovation is finished with the Haunted Mansion, that they'll get rid of it. It's taken a line that normally is really, really short, especially at night. Usually during the height of the busiest day, this standby line is like 25, 30 minutes, which is what it is right now. It's also made this area super, super congested. And I can picture that being a problem once Fantasmic starts back up, because usually by nighttime, this is not a long line. But here we go. Gonna wait in it. Luckily, this line usually moves pretty steadily, and so far that's still holding true. But yeah, super frustrated that this is a Genie Plus. We are just about to go in the doors for the Pirates of the Caribbean, and right up here at the top of the bridge, before you enter the doors, is actually where the lighting lane and the standby line meet. I was sort of hoping that they had one dedicated line for standby and one for the lightning lane guests, because this is actually a line that they could have done that on. But alas and alack, they did not. Both lines do, in fact, merge. But I didn't time this one, but it went decently fast still. So that's good. That's going to be us in about 20 minutes. I can hardly wait. Usually I ride by on this ride and think, someday it will be me. And today is that day. Today I will be that somebody over there eating. I'm secretly hoping that we can get a view or a seat right on the table. What are the chances? I don't know. But it's going to be really soon.
The gentlemen want the rum, don't you, boys?
I humbly accept this magnificent treasure.
The time has come. Blue Bayou is located in New Orleans, and it is right next to the exit for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. This is one of those restaurants that they do, in fact, take walk-up guests. However, it's highly recommended to get a reservation because it's much harder to walk up. There is nobody else in the waiting area with us, which is kind of interesting to me because we walk by here a decent amount and it usually seems like it's super, super crowded. So maybe we're going to be able to get a table by the water. Thank you so much. Most of the items on the menu are a la carte. However, there is a special dinner menu for the Mardi Gras celebration, and that does come with an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. This is the kids' meal. So we didn't get a water view table. We're kind of right smack dab in the middle of the restaurant, but we're not right next to the kitchen, so that's nice too. With the non-alcoholic drinks, all of them have refills, including the specialty lemonades and that cranberry julep. The alcoholic drinks, not surprisingly, do not have refills. The cranberry mint julep or cranberry julep. Ooh, the longer it sits, the longer it mixes together. It's good, but it's definitely minty. If you do not like mint, you will not like that. This is the Louisiana lemonade, and it is raspberry, mango, lemonade, and Sprite. This is a lot sweeter than the cranberry julep. I think this is delicious. Andrew thought this was a little bit too carbonated for him. I think it's perfect. And he really, really liked the cranberry julep. I like the cranberry julep, but I like this better. This is a little bit sweeter. There is not a lot of seating inside the Blue Bayou, and that's probably half the reason it's so hard to get a reservation. The other part is that it is wildly popular. It is right inside the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Interestingly enough, you don't really hear the music and you don't really see the boats going by. Granted, we're not sitting right in the water, but like the people in the boats, like you wouldn't even know they were here. And it does, in fact, feel like you're outside. It's really cool. So this is the corn dog andouille. That's way bigger than I thought it was going to be, and it looks amazing. I was thinking, I wouldn't, get that as an appetizer. Oh, I think I totally would because the corn dogs on Main Street are amazing. And this is the chicken gumbo. That also looks pretty darn good. Can't wait to take a bite. Okay, what do you think, Andrew? Are you taking a bite yet? No? How's the gumbo, Benny? It's gumbo-y. He did say that it's way better than the gumbo at Tiana's, and the gumbo at Tiana's is pretty good. The corn dog undos. Am I saying that? I think I'm saying that totally wrong. Those are definitely shareable. Like there's a ton in there. The chicken gumbo doesn't have very much soup in it. It's definitely not super shareable. There's three different sauces, and they're living up to the Mardi Gras name. Andrew said they are really spicy. Or at least the first one was. Yeah, yeah. He sounds super grateful for that drink, but yeah, he said it's delicious. Oh, Benny was not exaggerating. This chicken gumbo I could eat an entire bowl of it as an appetizer and be totally happy. Yeah. I didn't take any of the sauces with this, but this is the corn dog. Oh, here's this. Is this the super spicy one?
No, this is interesting.
Okay. This is the favorite. I was feeling he's messing with me, but we'll find out. That is really mustardy. That wasn't spicy though. No, but super mustardy. This corn dog is delicious. It's it's really lightly breaded. I don't think it's got as much breading as like the corn dogs on Main Street, but it's yummy. But the gumbo is my favorite. Actually, I don't even know if that's a hot dog in there. I think it's a sausage in there. Yeah, it's an andouille sausage. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. That's why it tastes like a sausage. This is my favorite. I do not know exactly what this sauce is, but this is by far the best sauce, and it's really, really well complements the andouille sausage. The first one that I had was really, really strong mustard, and the kids made me eat the mustardy one by itself. Oh my goodness, it was so strong. It was okay with the andouille sausage, but by itself, no way. This sauce is by far my favorite. It's so good. I could eat that plain. As far as I have not tried this yet, I'm sure it's delicious. As far as bang for the buck goes, this was not it. It's not super big, but I'm sure it's amazing. It's crab crusted filet mignon with some potatoes. It said seasonal vegetables, but these look like potatoes, so I guess that's vegetables. The prime rib comes with carrots and mashed potatoes. That's a lot bigger, and some gravy. And I think by far the winner in terms of if you were doing just pure value for the price is definitely the Mardi Gras special. That came with shrimp, a ribeye, and steak fries. As far as the potatoes go, they are cooked absolutely right. They've got a really good flavor to them. But what I'm really excited about is this filet mignon. And it's got a decent amount of crab on top. So this is going to be fun. The crab fell out, so I didn't get any crab with that bite, but the steak itself is cooked to perfection. I asked for rare. I really like rare. It's a nice, warm, hot center, really tender, really juicy, really thick. Mm. That crab on the top is really subtle. It's really nice compliment. This is really good.
Yeah.
Love prime rib, so I'm gonna try a bite. That did not disappoint. They did tell us when we ordered it that they cook it all medium rare, which, in my opinion, is the only way to get prime rib. That's really yummy. And the mashed potatoes. Oh, I think they're garlic mashed potatoes. These are delicious. I think I like the garlic mashed potatoes or salt. Maybe it's just salt, but they're yummy. I like that better than the potatoes, but they're both pretty good. Overall, I don't know which I like better. I think I like mashed potatoes over here, and it's a toss up which I like better, the prime rib or the steak. This did come with carrots, so the prime rib definitely had a little bit more food than the filet mignon. If that's something you're worried about. Ooh, try the carrots. Should I try the carrots? I do like carrots. I'm not sure how they prepared them. Like they look super, super wrinkly. They're good. They're not a straight carrot flavor. I think they put some kind of a sauce on them, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Maybe they're just barbecued or something. Kind of look like a. Those are good too, as far as carrots go. They're not super carroty tasting though, but they're yummy. Andrew just passed me a bite of his ribeye. I'm excited to try it because he said everything is covered in this delicious buttery. Is it garlicky too? Yeah, like this buttery garlic sauce. And I've already heard him say, "Oh, that shrimp is amazing." So I'm gonna see if I can talk him into letting me have a shrimp. Oh, he said, "No way, I'm not gonna get the shrimp." Man. Oh, that ribeye is okay. That might be my favorite. Their ribeye is tender and juicy, and yeah, that sauce is amazing. I'm pretty sure the Mardi Gras is a seasonal one, but if I were gonna come again, I think that's what I'd get. The prime rib is cut like butter. Like you do not even really need the steak knife at all. I think we've kind of decided that. Well, I think I still like the ribeye the best, but consensus around the table is that they really, really liked the prime rib. But that the sauce on the Mardi Gras special with the ribeye and everything that went with it is what gave that the edge. Although, had everybody ordered that, we would have had so many of those on Jolie corn dogs, and that would have been kind of overkill. That would have been a lot. Like if we could swap that out for a chicken gumbo, I think that would have been perfect. The seasoning on the prime rib was also really, really good. Whatever it was encrusted with, is that the right word? It was delicious. The consensus around the table was what I got. The crab encrusted from Layman. Yeah, took me a second to remember what it's called. Was not as good as everything else, and I think part of that was it just didn't have the flavor that the other ones did. So it's a cherry raspberry sauce on the inside, and then it's got cherries as well as a raspberry sauce, and that bowl is made out of chocolate. And then it's a mousse on the inside with cookie crumbles on top. Did you win all the way around? This might be the best dessert. That looks delicious. Yeah? Keep going back for more. So the macarons are raspberries, pistachio, lemon, chocolate. Now I don't remember what the rest of them were. Apricots. Am I missing one? There were six. This is a lemon sorbet. It's really light, really refreshing. But I'm most excited about this chocolate cheesecake. This is delicious. It is super, super chocolatey. This is yummy. This is super good. Have not tried a macaroon yet. Since I just had the chocolate cheesecake, I think I'm going to try the chocolate macaroon. These are good. I also like the macaroons. They're small. They're all really bite sized, but they come in fancy containers so that if you wanted to take them to go or you just had a few, because I'll be honest, I'm pretty full. But this is really good. You could take it to go. So that was the chocolate. Now I'm going to try. I really like pistachio, so I'm going to try one of the pistachio bites too. That's good as well. And these are fun because you can totally try all sorts of bites. What did you just hand me? What's this one? You didn't like them. This is the apricot one. So Andrew likes it. Benny does not. I don't know what I think about the apricot one. Oh, Andrew likes the apricot better than chocolate. I do not. Weirdly enough, though, did not like the first bite, but I love the aftertaste. The apricot one's good. Yeah. But like first bite, I was like, oh, this is kind of like it's kind of chewy. Yeah, it was like it's almost eating like dried fruit. But yeah, like yeah, the after is like I think the apricot might be my favorite so far too. So we are full enough that we did not finish the macaroons, and we're going to take them with us to go. This little box is so cute. It's like a full-on plastic box. That's kind of nice. So the table we're sitting at is for five, but they do have a bunch of tables that are for four people, and they have some towards the back of the restaurant that can hold up to eight people. Oh, it depends on the chairs. So like I've seen them take off and add more chairs according to how many people you have in your group, because those bigger ones could hold anywhere from 6 to 8 people. The park is closed, so we were in there for an hour and a half. We got seated immediately when we got there, I think because of the late time for a reservation, which I don't think is necessarily the case if you have an earlier reservation, but haven't tested that theory. That time slot was totally and completely by default because one happened to fall out. And I'm going to guess they would have seated way more people, but for whatever reason, tonight it just wasn't crowded. But that was absolutely the most perfect time because we were able to take pictures anywhere we wanted to in the restaurant. So we took pictures by the water on our way out, and we took pictures at our table, and we took pictures, by the sign on the way out and whatever, because we could, because the park wasn't crowded at all. The people in the boats weren't really a big issue. Like, it almost didn't feel like we were in the ride, which is so weird because when you're on the ride, it's like, oh yeah, there's the Blue Bayou, and it's like such a big integral part of the ride when you go through that part of the ride. But when you're actually in the restaurant, like, it doesn't feel like you're there at all. And it was nice and warm, but we felt like we were outside, and now I'm absolutely freezing. But it was a really great experience. It was tons of food. Like, when they first brought it out, I'm like, it didn't look like that much, probably because those plates are so big. But it was a lot of food, and it was so much fun. It was nice to go somewhere kind of fancy and fun for the middle. I don't know, in the middle of a theme park. I highly recommend it. I would give it a 10 out of a 10. I've always, this kind of maybe sound bad, but I've always kind of thought it was probably overrated. Everybody went to it just because it was in the Pirates of the Caribbean. But I think it lived up to the hype, was a great memory. Can't wait to do it again. And if you're in Disneyland, I highly, highly recommend that you get that reservation. And if for whatever reason, I know you can book them 60 days out. Like I said, we didn't. We got ours, I think, 2 weeks ago. Just keep checking back because people do change their plans. People do drop, and there is that walk up if all else fails. It's kind of funny. We're leaving now. The park is closed. Like, hordes of people coming out, probably because it closes earlier right now because it is, well, tomorrow's February 1st. So the park closes at 10. So everybody's leaving now, whereas usually this time of night, people kind of stagger out, but well, maybe it's always as crowded because fireworks have ended. But the kids behind us in the group were singing yo ho, a pirate's life for me. And that's kind of what I felt like singing too. A super fun day. I couldn't ask for a better night, couldn't ask for a better dinner or a better view. Thanks for joining me for this Moosen adventure, and I'll see you real soon.